Hello everyone and welcome to this unique Stamina Nightblade PvP build for the Horn of the Reach patch. Now the uniqueness in this build comes in its AoE potential. By combining gear and abilities, our friend Kevlin and I came to this final build in which we are capable of killing multiple enemies at once. It's not only strong in that, it's also really strong in duels, it can really shine in 1vx, and if you run this build with a buddy, like Kevlin and I did, the dual PvP with this is really good. Now Kevlin's channel will be in the description. That was it for the intro. Let's start by showing the gear. So for the gear, first off, we are running Eternal Hunt. This is 5 pieces on the body. The thing is, you can run Bone Pirate 2 with Dubious and get a Magica recovery, but I feel that when I do PvP, the Eternal Hunt is still so good for kiting people. The survivability it gives is still worth it over everything. So that's why I'm still running Eternal Hunt instead of Bone Pirate. Now next to it we run 3 agility just to get some extra stamina and weapon damage, and it fits in our 2-5-3-1 setup. Then we run the Maelstrom Maul, Nernhound on our main bar, but there comes the special weapon, the Maelstrom Bow. I have an infused one. The reason we have this is I'm gonna show you we run Arrow Barrage. This is a lot of damage. Let me quickly cast it and show you what the tooltip is going to say. So when you cast this, it says 4.3k, that's not totally accurate, but it gets up to sometimes even critting for 2k on the last hits. This is insane damage because it's every 0.5 seconds. But this is a dot, and that's why our last piece is Skoria. And you might be like, oh, why are you running a Magica proc set on a stamina character? Skoria is really reliable. It still hits quite good. You can hit weak people around 4 to 5k. A regular enemy will mostly get hit for around 3k. This combined is really strong. So I'm gonna go over later why Skoria is so strong. First we're gonna check the enchants. 25k health is so good on a Stamina Nightblade. You can avoid a lot of damage, and this just makes the damage window they have on you very long, because you can get away. The amount of times I get to like 20% health and then get out is actually happening quite often. So this extra health, I really want to keep that. Now I have 30k stamina on this, which is more than enough. You will see the weapon damage soon. So how do we get this? I'm running 3 tri-stats all on the big pieces, and then I run max stamina on the small pieces. I have 1 well fitted, 6 impen. You can get 3 well fitted, 4 impen, as long as you get close to 2k or over 2k critical resistance. So yeah, for the jewelry I have 2 stamina recovery and 1 weapon damage. As I said, if you run Bone Pirate with the W's food, you get a Magica recovery here, because you need at least 900 Magica recovery to be viable in Cyrodiil PvP. The bow, I have this infused. I think infused is the best. If you just have a VMA bow, just use it no matter what. They're gonna be really good. Infused will be the best. Just for the mall, Nernhound is gonna be the best. I have a trade video up, you can check it on my channel. You can run a sword too. Sword is always good against shielded targets like Zorks. But yeah, this goes for the gear. Let's go into our stats. So for the stats, first of all we're running the Serpent Munderstone just to get an extra regen. As you can see on the back bar we have over 3k. You need this. You need 3k stamina recovery. Even now sometimes I'm running low on stamina. Just because you have so many people pressuring you. The dodge roll quite a bit, need to block, need to sprint. I feel that 3k stamina is what you need as a minimum. Now we are also Werewolf. On the back bar we get that extra 15% stamina recovery. This is really important. We spend most of our time on this bar, kiting people around. You're only on your main bar when you're pressuring, and you're not doing that much often. So that's why we have Werewolf here. So for the stats, our unbuffed stats. We are running 25k health as I said before, just over 30k stamina. 3k stamina recovery as I said is a minimum. 1k Magica recovery. I just want to be able to cloak, shadow image, fear on a consistent rate without worrying too much about it. It's so important. Magica recovery indirectly is also more stamina recovery. You can get out easier, you can recover easier. It just really helps. Now on our main bar, our unbuffed weapon damage is 2.7k. If we buff it with rally, we go to almost 3.2k. A lot of people might think that the damage here is not that much, and it's not that much. The thing is, when you have people in your arrow barrage, hit them with a Dawnbreaker, get a Skoria proc, you're gonna destroy them anyway. You don't need that high tooltips. I know some people run with 10k surprise attack tooltips. Keep in mind we do not run Relentless Focus, which also gives you the extra 8%. You could run that instead of Shade, but yeah, Shade is just too good. But that's a way to get some extra damage. So the most important thing, I'm gonna say it all the time, is the two-hander, the recovery here for when you kill people. This is like a free stamina lich almost, and you're gonna kill a lot of people. So a lot of people ask me, why don't you run dual wield? Yeah, two-hand is the best just for this combined. Let's say we drink a potion, we are at 3.4k stamina rack, you get a 30%, maybe you have continuous, you need all those stats. I think that covers up the stats. Let's go and what skills we use and why AoE is so good in this build. So next off for the skills. First I'm going to show you why these skills are good and why it's good with Skoria. So we have at least 2 dots running, that is the Arrow Barrage and Dawnbreaker. Those are AoE dots and they have a really high chance of proccing Skoria. But these are not the only ones. Even Shade, this is a dot, this counted a dot, so this can proc Skoria too. Now we have also double dot poison. This actually works really good because if I place Arrow Barrage here and I bar swap, the Arrow Barrage can proc poison on people and you have another really good chance of proccing Skoria. I can tell you that Skoria, of course, is not 100% proccing, but it's very close to, I would say 70-80% of the time. It just keeps rolling and rolling and coming in. It's really strong. It most of the time hits your enemy as well. Very, very reliable proc set to use. So for the skills, this time we do not run Execution. As I said, it's more an AoE build, so we want to do some splash damage with a reverse slice. This is why I chose this over Executioner. We have Surprise Attack, main damage, Fear, main CC. Well, not really main CC, this is mostly for tanks. The main CC is the Surprise Attack from Stealth. This is still so good, guys. You catch people very surprisingly all the time while doing the damage. Fear doesn't do damage, so this CC, it debuffs them and does damage. It's so good. You can even cloak. Ambush doesn't break cloak, so you cast cloak, bar swap really quickly, ambush surprise attack into an ultimate. It's really strong. Then rally our main heal and our burst heal, and here Dawnbreaker, as I said before. We do not run in cap on this, we run Dawnbreaker. What you want to try to do is place your endless heal when people are charging you and try to get Dawnbreaker on as many people as possible. Find the one that is lowest target, reverse slice him, and you can have some really nice AoE potential damage and maybe even kill quite some people at the same time. So yeah, that's for our main bar. On the back bar, as I said, Arrow Barrage, this is our AoE dot. I played with Endless Heal before, which is 2 seconds longer, so the last 2 ticks are really strong, the last 4 ticks actually. But the range from Arrow Barrage is better, so that's why we run this. As you can see, the range is really, really big. I know some people that might run... I think I killed something, yeah. I know some people that don't like bow. If you do not like bow, you can kind of run the same way of build with Caltrops. Now keep in mind that Caltrops is damaging every 1 second. It does give you a snare though, which is really nice. But the Arrow Barrage every 0.5 seconds and it deals more damage too. Okay, so next off we have Shuffle. You want to cast this every time you are snared. And try to make it with a dodge roll so you get really fast. You get that immunity, it's really important. Now Shade, this is your kiting. Place it down at the place, run away from it, and you can teleport back to its location and juke people. Really good. Now Figure, this is a super strong healing over time. The way you want to utilize this is you want to run away with Shuffle, what I just said. Cast it and then go into Shadowy Disguise, because as you can see they're all going to crit. They all crit. Because the Shadowy Disguise makes them crit. It's really important to get crit heals, as that's what makes Nightblade strong. And as I said before, we have a Berserker here. So that's it for the skills. Let's go into the champion points. So for our champion points, we're going to start in the left green tree. I have 31 into Warlord for the break 3. Now we're sprinting quite a bit, so I have 23 points in here just to get some extra reduced sprint cost. In the middle one we have 33 in Arcanist. Magic recovery is also really important, guys, so we're going to get another 8% here. We have fully maxed out Mooncalf. You can get to 15%, but 14% is just better. We're not going to spend 24 more points in here. So 76 points. And then the last ones, all in tumbling, because we're dodging a lot. So we want to get that 20%. We have nothing in this tree. 66 in Mastered Arms. This boosts all our damage. It's really nice to get 22% here. This also boosts your Skoria, which is just making it way more viable too. 43 into Mighty, get that extra 10%. We get almost 3k extra penetration. 18% extra crit healing and crit damage. And because we run Arrow Barrage, Dawnbreaker and some dots, we want to get some extra damage on that as well. So that's why we have 31 in Thaumaturge for 13% extra damage for overtime effects. Then we have 61 in Ironclad. We want to get the mitigation here. 6 points in Spell Shield and Medium Armor Focus. This is around 1% less damage taken from spells and this one from physical attacks. So that's why we have 6 points. 27 in Resistance just to cap up your critical resistance even more. And then here we want to change. So 120 points in here. 50 in Hardy, 15 Elemental Defender and 20 in Thick Skinned. So that was it for the CP. So yeah, that was the build, guys. Definitely play this with a buddy. You're gonna have lots of fun. The AoE potential is great. You will see me play this on stream very soon with Kevlon again. We already did a stream before, which was very good success. I want to thank you all for watching. There is another build that I want to show you guys. It's more of a single target. It's kind of an update of the last template build. I can already tell you it's 5 Eternal Hurt, 3 Agility, VMA and Master Bow with 2 Valley Draft. I found that Valley Draft is actually reliable to use as a proc set now. And I'm going to show you how that works in that build video. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Until the next video.